getting hit multiple times coming out of that bike section. More drivers coming to blows.
One final race in SRG F4 racing action this season, and it's coming to you live from the virtual Magny-Cours in France. Good evening and a hello and welcome to everybody tuning in on Slow Motion Broadcasting. Dylan Coyle, Charles Bushell, along with Ron Maunz in the production booth. We've got a fun show tonight with the championship already wrapped up. It's some battling for podium championship spots as well as a spot in the top 5. Take a look right here at Magny-Cours. You see this track. It's not one that everyone remembers, last used in 2008 for Formula One Grand Prix action. We'll take a look at the temperature, 65 ambient, 90% humidity. You got some clouds. You got a little bit of wind. It's going to be a fun race tonight, Charles. And hello to you joining in the booth for this final race.
Hey, Dylan. Happy to be here. Haven't done a F4 race for for SRG in quite a while. I think it's been a season plus that I've had a chance to fill in, but it's really enjoy these two broadcasts here. The F4 tonight, F3 tomorrow night as they wrap up their season. Happy to be on board and looking forward to this race tonight. Looks like we're going to have a pretty good battle on the track with some of the practice times I was seeing.
Yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun once we do get to that green flag. Of course, the way it works here in SRG F4 is you've got 15 minutes of qualifying. Fastest time, obviously, will be the one that counts for where you start in the race, and it's a much shorter race, 20 minutes in length. And once that is over, it's the checkered flag on the season. Of course, Max Lin-Lotto has been absolutely electric. He has just been rapid over the course of this SRG F4 season. The first 11 races, I mean, goodness me, he was dominant, racking up multiple wins. And honestly, he was going for a 5-peat of race wins until he finished second to Traber Burns at Zandvoort last week. And my goodness, that it's just been an unbelievable ride for him. It looked like we had a bit of a championship challenge from somebody like Traber Burns or David Borden in the first half of the season, but I mean, Lin-Lotto really turned it on as we're watching David Hirsch go around this circuit. And Charles, I know, whenever we talk about Formula 4 machines, right, versus maybe your higher powered, more aerodynamically downforce-based, cars, you kind of go into this Magny-Cours looking a little bit more excitedly at the prospect of F4 cars racing here rather than F1. Lots of tight but also quick corners. It can be difficult to pass. Here, though, I feel like we're going to have a good race with these F4 machines.
Yeah, I think so. The F4 is not quite as powerful as, say, our F3s that we'll see tomorrow night. Entry-level car for Formula racing. It's the lowest powered car that has a rear wing. And it's, to me, I always kind of say it's got just a little more horsepower than the downforce is allowed. And you really have to be very cognizant of that fact. You have to make sure that you keep the tires underneath you. It's real easy to light the rears up. You overheat those, and makes cornering quite difficult. So you really want to be patient on the throttle as well as the brakes. Obviously, no anti-lock brakes on these cars, so real easy to flat spot or just light the fronts up as well. So yeah, looking forward to it. Obviously, from what I heard, Max Lin-Lotto kind of dominant this season. So looking forward to seeing what he'll do, as I think he'll probably get promoted up to the next level next year, and he'll get to battle some of the stalwarts over in the F3 group.
He's actually already started doing some F3 races and just got his first victory last week at Silverstone. It was an awesome race, and actually Max had been very much under the spell of the commentator's curse a good bit as Jose Navas goes for a move in this qualifying round. Every time I said Max's name or brought attention to his speedy, dashing performances in those F3 races, he always made a mistake, like one we just see right in front of Ryan Chia into the gravel there. And, that happened for a while for Max, and then he just shut me up and won the race at Silverstone. Happy to see it for Max, currently down in P9, but you have to imagine he's going to move up the timetable in due order. So Ryan Chia now down the third. Nathan Perkins has set the fast time. David Hirsch currently P2, 4/10 behind Perkins. Still lots of time to go here. In this track, we can take a little bit of a look. Maybe we can go on boards with a driver who's starting a lap. I know David Hirsch might be starting a lap in just a few moments here, unless he is just slowing up to it. So here we go. Yeah, on board with David Hirsch, slowing it up. This is a difficult chicane to move through, and he's going to hold up, make sure traffic gets by, and then accelerates through 16 and 17, this shorter front straightaway, and now the lap goes. He's trying to make that 1 minute under 40-second mark work for him. A few sweeping left-hand corners. You can take it pretty much flat out before you have a bit of an uphill climb, lowering the gears just a tad, lowering your speed by around 20 miles per hour before this long, semi-sweeping straightaway where right here is turn 4. It's golf. That's what they call it. A lot of these corners are named after other tracks, other areas. This one in particular, this hairpin, it's tight. It's Adelaide. That's what it is. The former Australian Grand Prix. And David Hirsch way off track. He accelerated way before he really should have. Now he's just having a little fun with it. You know, he's being a little bit of a lawnmower, making sure he can cut through turn 6.
Yeah, I mean, I did not know they had a belly mower attachment for the F4 car, but it was doing a good job of trimming the lawn over there. As we're back on board here, this is Ken Glasser as he's starting his lap. Yeah, I was looking at I've got the track map pulled up, and first two Grand Curb going around for 1 and 2, and here is Estoril, long 180-degree turn 3, and then the not so straight here between coming out of turn 3 and down into Adelaide into that hairpin. As Glasser a little bit off of the pace there as he's allowing a car to go by. That is Nathan Perkins, our current provisional pole sitter. So, yeah, it's as we're getting into our names, and too much curb there for Mr. Glasser, and around he goes. Take 3.
Yeah. Let us see if we can get through a full lap here. And David Borden up to the top of the board. All right, so this is a situation that we have seen a lot, and unfortunately, we keep trying to show you what a full lap looks like from this circuit, but sometimes drivers, you know, they don't worry about the broadcast. They only worry about their lap times. Silly them for not worrying about the broadcast first and just worrying about the competitive side. So look at this. We've got Max Lotto. I can tell you for sure he's going to be going for a fast lap here. Took that chicane with a ton of speed. We already talked about the first 6 or so corners, and you see he reaches a speed of up to 131 miles per hour, then goes through Estoril, this turn 3 sweeping right-hand section, just under 100 miles per hour, drop the gear just a little bit, up to speed once again, turn 4 right here, just a little flick. No, he's trying to warm up these tires. I don't know if he appreciated that run down the straightaway, or he was just trying to get some heat into them for the grip in this turn 5 Adelaide hairpin. You go down this straightaway. You have turn 6 right here, a little bit of a kink to the left, barely a twitch in your arm, and then you got another weird chicane. It's the Nürburgring chicane, where you have 7 and 8 before this 180-degree turn called 180 degrees. I'm not kidding. In turn 9, gets you right around again before turn 10, that right-handed kink. A small left-handed kink right there is turn 11. Imola is coming up, turn 12, 13. You remember this chicane, although this one's a little bit uphill. It's challenging with a tiny bit of runoff area. Turn 14 is one of the most difficult on the track. If you get it wrong, well, you've got the tires already heated up from the Imola chicane. Out of 14, another straightaway. This is a sweeping corner, but it's not even labeled a corner. Very inconsistent right here at Magny-Cours. Turn 15, difficult. Then you have this final chicane. Everything lasts and rests on it. A really nice run from Max Lotto. Let's see what the time is for him in the number 3 machine. The championship winner once this race officially ends, and I don't think he got the time to count.
Does not appear so. It did not update, although I will say that in the SDK software that we use, 145.3 is his fastest lap. So I just must have been an off track in there somewhere, and that doesn't count. But yeah, that that final little run, you know, you've got turn 14, as you mentioned, very difficult corner, Chateau d'Eau, which is you know, the river Chateau, or the river house or whatever you want to call it. And then you've got a little bend in the road that's called chicane. And you've got the last one, which is labeled the school chicane, which I've relabeled into the chicane of pain, because it is very difficult to get your car through there. And keeping all 4 tires safely on the tarmac is a very, very difficult set of corners to end your lap. And very possible that's where he was off. He did take quite a bit of that inside on the left-hander there as he was working his way through. So it is very possible he just clipped a little bit too much of that chicane on entry.
Yeah, very possible indeed. Looking at Cy Nathan right now, down in 14th. Nathan about halfway through this lap at the moment. And Max Linlato, you see the timetable, a change right there. He's 4/10 off the lead, but he goes from bottom of the timetable to P2 behind David Borden and sandwiched in between he and Nathan Perkins at the moment. Just around a minute and 40 seconds to go before we get the checkered here. Everyone will be able to finish their lap once time goes off. Nathan Perkins will have one more lap. Anyone who crosses the line now will be on their final lap of this qualifying session. There's just simply not enough time to get around and do it all again. So, Walker Foltz, he's coming around this final set of corners through the chicane. Oh, this is going to hurt his straight line speed. He did not take it aggressively whatsoever. Foltz will gain some time by virtue of his first 2 sectors being really solid. Cy Nathan, again, not aggressive enough. That first sector was phenomenal for him. The final 2 sectors not doing much of anything right here, but a lot of traffic, a lot of drivers, and Max Linlato, a yellow. Did he go off track? Yeah, I think he may have. If he has, then he's not going to be setting any pole time in the final race of this season. Across the line, David Hirsch is going to go back to the pits. He's happy with a provisional 4th place. Ryan Chia, as well as Vase, currently down pit lane. Walker Foltz, Tyler Hagan, and Kenna Stepp all in the pits. More drivers joining. More drivers, though, still to cross the line with 20 seconds to go here in this qualifying effort. I don't know if anyone's going to have the pace to beat David Borden's 1:39.5. Drivers are trying. Jacob Guyton gets up to 8th place with a time right at the end. Really solid. It was his only lap in qualifying, and he's going to take that and get into 8th place. Linlato crosses the line, but of course, I think he had an off lap, and the checkered has waved. So is this a lap? Will he get a lap?
He crossed the line with 1 second left in qualifying.
Oh, boy.
He is going to count. Now, whether or not, obviously coming out of the pits, he's just coming up, the tire's just coming up to temp, so this is going to count, but it doesn't look like it's the prime opportunity for a pole run. But, with Max, you never can tell, so we'll see what happens as he works his way through Adelaide.
Let's see if he can be nimble through the sectors that count here, because it's all on Max Linlato at the moment to get pole position and squeak it away from David Borden through some of these faster pace chicanes here, doing a really solid job. But that first sector was slow. Oh, that second slide there, that might have cost him, and he has aborted the lap, it appears. Oh, an unfortunate moment for Linlato. He's still going to be trying, but no, he's way down on pace. Not quick enough. He kind of junked the lap there for him, but hey, 2nd place ain't a bad way to start at Magny-Cours.
No, absolutely not. It is, just you could see that didn't have enough heat in those front tires. They would not grip as he worked his way through the corner and just pushed wide, and now he just straight lines it into the wall. Said, "I'm done with this."
Yeah, it's fun.
So we'll go back and reset and get ready for some racing.
Okay. Well, Jose Navas, by the way, right at the end there, did get up in the 4th. Everybody is done with their qualifying attempts, and I think it's time to look at the grid for this race on slow motion broadcasting. The finale of SRG F4 action, and just minutes away from having all lights go off and getting the action started here at this circuit in the French countryside. Remember to like and subscribe. I always forget to say that. We are on YouTube. Remember to like and subscribe to Slow Motion Broadcasting. A very nice thing for you guys all to do. And if you aren't subscribed, that's okay. You can subscribe now, or like it now, or not. You don't have to listen to me. You really don't. It is a free world. It's a free world.
Yeah. And throw a comment that helps the algorithm get it to the top of the board when you look for your sim racing content. Just put a note in there. Tell Ron to get a haircut, and it'd be great.
And make sure that I remember my aloe vera to deal with the sunburn I got from St. Pete this weekend. Anyway, the grid is up on the screen. David Borden gets pole position. Max Lotto alongside in row 1 with Nathan Perkins and Jose Navas in row number 2. David Hirsch, Ryan Chia, 5th and 6th with Saraba Vaz, and Jacob Guyton, 7th and 8th. Rudy Samudio, Walker Foltz round out your top 10 with Isaac Ammon, and Tyler Hagan. Your top 6 rows. Moving on back, Ken Glasser, Bob Eggert, Kenna Stepp, Cy Nathan, and Jason Cotcher. Your 17 drivers in the field. Cotcher did not set a lap. Not sure if he will take to the grid once it gets going, but 17 have registered, 16 have set times. Well, it's the finale here at Magny-Cours for SRG F4 action. It's been a fun season of racing action here. Max Lotto enters this race as the champion. It is official as per our timing, or I should say our standing book. It's been a really phenomenal year for him. I wonder if next time that SRG Formula action gets going, if he will be full-time in F3. I think he will provide a very healthy challenge to the rest of the competitors in that field. But Draper Burns, 6 points up on David Borden for P2. Jose Navas is only 5 points up over James McDonald for 5th. James McDonald not in the field today, so Jose Navas should have P5 all just about ready to go for him as the lights are about to go out. We didn't have a lot of drivers grid up. That is a big mistake from some of the top 10. One more time with feeling. We're underway here at Magny-Cours, and David Borden with a great jump heading into turn 1. Max Lotto, no one alongside, is able to just get right behind the gearbox and go into P2, all in the dirty air. David Hirsch up 2 positions by virtue of the drivers who did not make it to the grid, as well as Nathan Perkins losing a spot. All the slipstream, all through turn 4. It's from the back of David Borden's view. We see Max Lotto trying to make it around the outside before they get to Adelaide. They are side by side, axle to axle, and it's still held P1 by David Borden. Lotto, though, in tow, and David Hirsch is lurking behind. Oh, a big mess at Adelaide. Multiple cars all junked up in the same corner. Ken Glasser, Jose Navas with a big mistake. Ken Estep, all drivers with issues, and in the gravel, Estep just trying to get those rear tires to gain traction and get out. Borden still leads.
Yeah, Gia, Fultz, and Navas started from the pit. They did come out on the track, so we see another couple cars around. That's the number 99 car of Tyler Hagan, struggling a little bit there through that section of corners, gets it restarted. But great start by Borden, and really took really deep into Adelaide to hang on to P1 as Lotto came around the outside looking for a pass, and Borden said, "No way, Jose," and stayed out in front as we've got, as you said, Navas, Glasser, and Estep in the back of the field. Navas must have had a really good start. He managed to catch up to the rear of the field pretty quick, and quick enough to get involved in the little bit of mess that they had.
Vase went off track in the final chicane there, went through the grass, and he is already being chased down by Jacob Guyton. Remember, Guyton was in 8th with 1 lap at the end of qualifying and is trying to move into the top 5. Let's take a look at what happened here in the very first look at this Adelaide chicane. So Ammon was a little bit locked up on the brakes, but I wonder if there was a reaction from drivers in behind that led to the calamity corner that we saw with a ton of drivers just having their races shattered.
Whoa.
Oh, look at that. Just, I mean, some drivers just stopped before they even got to the apex. I don't know what that was all about. Let's take a look.
Yeah, it was just a check up as everybody started trying to follow through the hairpin and just kind of got wound up. But there's S-Step coming through. And I'm not even sure he found his brake pedal there as he come barreling through that as everybody was stopped. And, fortunately, this is a series where there's damage is turned off. So if you end up with an incident there, auto repairs the car on the track. You don't have to come in and you get to keep going, but you lose a little bit of time as all that works. And it was very, very interesting first lap there as we're back on lap 2 now with Borden running wide in Adelaide that time, I think.
Yeah, Borden has a bit of a slowdown. This is going to give some opportunities to Max Linlato, already chasing him down in the slipstream. But as they go through turns 1, 2, and then 3, the long sweeping right-hander, we'll see if through Estroil, yes, Linlato will try and go with a bit of a wider line. Borden with the defensive line, the slipstream and the speed, the traction, it's all going to the champion. Linlato in that 3 machine is going around the outside again. Deja vu from lap number 1. Will he get the move done before making it into the corner? No, will not be able to do it yet, but he is a much tighter line up against the 94 machine. Still, though, Borden holds on to the lead. It's difficult to pass here, but Linlato again looking defensive driving from Borden. It's all just allowing Perkins and Hirsch to get into this podium conversation and a maybe win conversation. Linlato has to think about defense, not just attack.
Yeah, absolutely. And Borden so far has done a really good job of that defensive line, especially down into 5. He's taking it really deep on the brakes. It's very difficult to do with these cars, especially if on the inside line to break that late and still make that very, very tight hairpin corner on the inside. A great bit of driving there by Borden as Linlato is really putting the pressure on him up in the front.
Yeah, Linlato is doing a phenomenal job right now of putting that pressure on Borden. But I got to say, Nathan Perkins, he's right there as well. He's looking down the inside through those corners. But Linlato, oh, look at that. Nathan Perkins is around. Oh, man, the commentator's curse is alive and well. Perkins did such a phenomenal job, but those tires were just a little bit too hot to handle in the final quarters.
Yeah, coming down into turn 15, you can see him running really deep there, and just too much steering input there, getting back on the throttle, and then wisely looks to his right to see those oncoming traffic, and puts the brakes back on, waits for those cars to clear before he gets back on the track, and just see it. The rear just stepping out, just not enough grip back there for the amount of acceleration he was asking for.
The Hirsch truck went right on by and has rapidly gone into the podium, but he's 3 seconds off because he had to avoid that mess that happened in front of him. Right now, it's a straight fight with 14 minutes and change remaining in this one between David Borden and Max Linlato. So, I mean, phenomenal job so far from David Borden. Traber Burns not in the race, so Borden, for all intents and purposes, should get P2 in the championship. Let's not even think about the championship anymore, right? It's almost practically wrapped up. Obviously, P1's wrapped up, but everywhere else is mostly wrapped up. Let's just talk about this straight dogfight that we are having in this one. I mean, it's Borden and Linlato. We've seen it a lot this year. David Borden, to his credit, he went on a 2-race win streak and has not won since that 2-race win streak happened earlier in the season. He's looking to try and make it a second win of 2026 and a third in this 25-26 SRG F4 year.
Yeah, absolutely. As the last race this season, that you're mathematically out of the hunt for the championship, but to get a race win in the final race is it's good momentum to go into a new season and vie for a championship. So the next best thing for winning a championship is getting a good race as we're heading down again into this turn 5. And once again, Borden able to just take that a little bit deeper inside line and make that work, and holding off Linlato for another lap as they work their way down the corner, I guess the second sector, which is a little more movement involved, a little left and right, as opposed to what we just witnessed in sector 1.
Isaac Ammon trying to go side by side with Jose Navas, or I should say, Jose Navas. Tyler Hagan also trying to get into this battle. Cy Nathan getting past right here. Oh, this is some good racing for some top 10 positions. All these drivers under a twin sides blanket. Lots of fun to see. Cy Nathan alongside Isaac Ammon. Oh, taking that turtle curve and almost getting into the side of Hagan was Cy Nathan. Oh, boy, this is some good racing here at Magny-Cours.
Yeah, really. You're basically 4, 5, 6. I mean, it's just it's a little bit of a stack up here, a little bit of a draft train in the back half of this group as these cars are really fighting hard. The racing has not let up since the start of the greens. We saw a little spin there as we work through. That is Cy Nathan off the track into the wall. So Nathan was up challenging for somewhere around P9. Has already dropped, has dropped now to 15th with that spin, and so now he's got a little bit of work to do to make up the ground.
Look at this again. Oh, Linlato has a lot more speed, and Borden dipped those left sides into the grass. This should give the lead to Linlato, who has the inside line around Adelaide. Oh, he almost lost it under the power, under the throttle control. It's going to be a drag race to this turn 6 section. Will Linlato hold on to it? He's still got the inside. Only momentarily, Borden sweeps around the outside and gets that lead right back. Oh, man, this is some intoxicating racing action.
Really is, as we're on board here with Zar Vase just ahead of Jason Guyton and Nathan Perkins in tow. The gap between these three cars is less than 2 seconds, so lots of battling going on here. Guyton's got a good 3/10 back and is getting the draft off the Vase in front and is starting to look around maybe to find a place to make a pass. So we'll see as Linlato has taken the lead.
Max Linlato to the lead of this race, and it looks like for good this time, or at least for a handful of laps. Let's take a look at the replay of this move right now. Oh, man, Borden, what a save. That could have been race over for not just he, but also Max Linlato. And I'll tell you what, the Hirsch truck was definitely hoping to see a little bit of that. Borden, left side's on the grass, went into the chicane all wobbly, got into the marbles, and just, that's just how it rolls sometimes.
Yeah, you can see that there's a lot of elevation in those S's type corners, and looks like the compression there was a little bit much on that line that Borden had, and just couldn't hang on to it. Had to lift, catch the car. Linlato able to get around, but I don't think Borden's done with him yet. Deep on the brakes there coming into 5.
My goodness. Yeah, Borden is right back into this P1 battle. I got to say, we should not have counted Borden out once, or I shouldn't have counted him out once he got in the second. He almost lost it, but he got pole position. He had it by 4/10 over Max Linlato. No wonder he's right away fighting for the lead of this race once again. My goodness, this is some intoxicating action. And I'm loving how this race is shaping up. We're already halfway through the halfway point of this one with just over 8 minutes and change to go before we start to see that white flag be handed out and then the checkered. Oh, a little bit wide. Borden ran through that section. I mean, he's still sticking with him. At the moment, it's only Linlato and Borden. Let's take a look at this, though. 5th place. There's a battle for it. Perkins, Vase, and right away, it's Jacob Guyton in 4th. Good action.
Good action as Guyton, I think, and Perkins have both got around Vase. And Guyton trying to stretch that gap, but just a little bit offline there through the chicane, and that gives Perkins a chance to look for a run coming down into one. Does not quite have it yet, not quite close enough, so he's going to have to kind of lay back through 1 and 2, get the run through 3, and see if he can build up the momentum and the draft coming down this long straightaway from 3 to 5, and see if he can make a run and a move down into 5 to maybe get this position back.
Perkins in the slipstream, looking behind through Jacob Guyton's rear wing. Look at this, the open door on the inside. It's been given just a little bit, and right in front, Linlato spins for the lead of this race, hands it back to David Borden. Guyton, I think there was some contact too. Everything is happening at one moment right there. Great job from our producer, Ron Maunz, to capture as much as he possibly could. Guyton, all of them trying to snake through the chicane. Perkins down to 5th. David Hirsch has taken 2nd away. Linlato down 2 positions in the span of just 1 corner.
Yeah, Linlato, let's get a replay here. We're on board with Hirsch as we make our run down into turn 5.
It's going to be a jump scare.
I was like, there we go. As Max Linlato trying to get his car right and headed back the proper direction.
What's the contact?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Make the run down here. And this is into turn 5, and then we switch back over. And then, just too deep in and too hard back on the throttle. He was taking that inside line, which he hasn't ran this race because Borden had doing a good job of keeping that inside line to himself. And so Linlato not necessarily familiar with what was going to happen, and it just caught him out.
Yeah, he was still in first gear, and you could see the revs. From first gear, he revved it up and got up really high on the RPMs coming out of that corner. If you've got the revs high and the wheels just don't want to listen to you, it's very easy to loop it around here in a corner like that. But Linlato is still chasing. It is still very much on for 2nd place. I don't know if he can chase down David Borden, so the lead battle might be over, but Linlato, he's still trying to dismantle this 2nd place that David Hirsch has gotten for himself in the moment.
Yeah, still trying to get back to the front of the field here, and he's really starting to put the pressure on Hirsch as they're working their way around. And this is the nice little 180 corner, I believe, as they work their way through. And Linlato starting to pick the pace back up. So he was keeping time up with Borden. And you talked about the distances we see, that he's just got a really good line through there. That was fantastic, that run through, and that was just absolutely textbook perfect, and able to make the pass over Hirsch to pick up P2 again.
Phenomenal move through the Imola corner for Max Linlato. He just sized up David Hirsch, and it wasn't that Hirsch necessarily made too much of a meal out of it. He definitely did not take the corners as well as he could have, but Max Linlato, he was there, and he took control back up into 2nd, over 4 seconds behind David Borden. Walker Fultz right now being chased by Ken Glasser. The teammates right here are really, really fighting. A wide angle being taken by Glasser and still quite wide through that 180-degree corner through 10, and now this chase. They're going to hit up Imola in just a few moments. This is where Linlato made the pass on David Hirsch. A bit of a longer, or it almost seems like these drivers are being a little bit cautious, more cautious than normal through these corners, and it might have to do with the drivers that they are fighting against.
Yeah, maybe so, and it just could be that obviously they've had the chance to get some practice in here, but this is not a widely raced track, as you mentioned earlier. It doesn't have any real feature races during the season in real life, so sometimes that detracts from it as far as iRacing participation, because everybody wants to be like Max, right? So, and I'm not talking about Linlato, I'm talking about Verstappen. So if they don't see
Same
him
difference.
If they don't see him race there, then I don't want to race.
Oh, wait a second! Linlato, Linlato is around. And he's been made. A meal has been made. Vase
Yes.
got into him right there. I saw on the timing sheet that Hirsch had gotten through Lynn-Lotto, and then we saw a little bit of a jump scare right there. Lynn-Lotto has had himself a wild race. Let's take a look at what happened on the curb on the left-hand side, and once again just loops it around on his own, and he's just sitting there, and
Oh,
you know,
force Bendia.
it's hard to necessarily pin that, you know, on Vase. He was right behind. I mean, if he wasn't in a battle of his own, he may have seen Lynn-Lotto around. Yeah, if you're in this instance. Now he does see him a bit, and he goes wide. Yeah. I mean, it's just unfortunate spot.
It is indeed. And yeah, that's just a bad place to have a wreck, is right there on the, basically the exit of the corner. As we're going to get a look at Perkins here with a replay. This is through that Imola section, and he's coming around again, and he sees the wreck and avoids it nicely. So Nathan Perkins goes through, picks up 2 spots there from the 2 cars that are parked on the side of the track, and we continue back here with Jacob Guyton now inheriting 3rd place.
Well, a topsy-turvy podium. We knew the drivers with speed. Oh, Vase almost. Was that Lynn-Lotto and Vase again? It looked like, yes, indeed, it was. Max Lynn-Lotto is, well, I'll definitely tell you this. He's already champion. He's just going out with a blaze of glory here in F4 action. And you know what I appreciate for that? Oh, my goodness. Vase deep on the brakes. I think Lynn-Lotto let him go.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's exactly what happened. Is Lynn-Lotto works his way around that's Kennan step. Okay, we got Rudy Samudio with a disqualification. Was running in 15th, and this is we're going to get a replay here. And Samudio obviously flirting too much with the track limits and has been slapped.
Yeah.
And there we go, off the track there. Just, like once again, not a lot of, not widely used track, so probably not a lot of laps ran here by a lot of our drivers. And this is what you're going to see is people struggling a little bit with track limits and just getting the handle of the track.
Cy Nathan in 14th. He will inherit some positions because of the issues from other drivers, kind of step way down the order as well. There's a ton of sizable gaps back here. Ken Glasser is still within a second of Walker Fultz, but you got to go all the way up to this 5th and 4th place battle to find another bit of action within a second. Nathan takes that corner quite wide. That was turn 14 there before this run to 15. But as we creep ever so closer to that 20-minute mark, we might be getting the checkered as well in just a few seconds because David Borden is about to end his lap. Borden is getting the checkered flag next time he gets past the stripe. It's been a great season for Borden. He's going to get 2nd in the championship. He's going to end it in style. Victory in the French countryside for the number 94 machine. What a way to end it here in France. David Hirsch in the Hirsch Mobile. Hirsch truck will finish in 2nd. Jacob Guyton under 2 seconds behind, but will finish on the podium. And Perkins, will he hold on to 4th? It appears like he will, just barely, as he wiggles his way over the line. Max Lynn-Lotto will settle for a top 5. One of his worst outings in recent times here in SRG F4. Vase will finish 6th with Eggert in 7th, up 7 spots for himself. And Jose Navas will capture 8th place. Ryan Chia crosses the line, 9th place for him. Tyler Hagan about 11 seconds back with Walker Fultz right now actually engrossed in a battle with Ken Glasser. Let's take a look at this as we wind down here through turn 14, a long straightaway before they get to 15 and then the final chicane. I think Glasser is a little bit too far back to make a move here on Fultz. He really sends it in deep. Oh, it's not going to work, is it? It can't. It won't. It shouldn't. It almost does. Trying to jump all 4 wheels off the line. Spectacularly will cross the line with a black flag. Hey, you got to credit him for trying.
Yeah, you have to give it the shot, and unfortunately, just took too much. And the slowdown, which he couldn't get worked off, will turn into a 40-second penalty at the end of the race. But don't think that really matters. I think that was just having a little bit of fun. Him and Walker Fultz at the very end of this race, and you just see him just trying to cut that chicane just too much, and not enough traction there to hang on to the car. And around he goes. So good ending though. It was a good battle between the two drivers as we are wrapping things up here. Great race. I hated that I didn't get to see Max Lotto up there challenging for a race victory to cap off a championship season. But congrats to Borden and Hirsch and Guyton for the podium, and good momentum going into the next season.
I would hate to not see a slow motion of the bunny hop through that final chicane. And I know producer Ron is already on the ball. I ask, he delivers. Look at this. We need some beautiful nature music. We need David Attenborough commentating right now. I don't have a British accent, so I won't try it. Yeah, I won't try it, but I will say, magnifique. That was wonderful. Oh, it was beautiful.
That was very nice. That was very nice.
I'll only give it a 6.5 out of 10 because I thought there was more air on it. He should have went harder. He should have went all for it. Lick the stamp, send it. It doesn't matter. What an effort, and what a final race of the year. You had a little bit of action everywhere. And let's take a look at the race results here as everyone starts to file into our interview room. P1, David Borden wins by 7.5 seconds over David Hirsch. Jacob Guyton rounds out the podium. Nathan Perkins, Max Lotto, your top 5, with Sarah Vase, Bob Eggert, Jose Navas, Ryan Chia, Tyler Hagan, your top 10, Walker Fultz, Isaac Ammon, Cy Nathan, Ken Glasser, all finishes on the lead lap. Top 14, Ken Estep, and Rudy Samudio rounds out your field. Jason Cotcher with an absolutely awful performance. 12 laps down. It's almost like he didn't start the race.
Yeah, the captain taking the night off, signed in to watch the action, and decided he would just rather watch than compete, which is when you're the boss, you can do stuff like that.
This is absolutely true. All right, so we are waiting for all of the podium finishers to get into the interview area, and the only one we're actually... Oh, look at that. David Borden was the last one we were waiting for. He's the winner. Let's talk to him right now. David Borden, race winner. How's it feel again for the third time?
Feels great.
It almost feels like a while coming for you. You had a really solid first half of the year. Your entire year season was very, very solid. But I mean, the races go on. You don't get the final finishing position that you're absolutely capable of, and now you get it the last race of the year. How's this set you up for whatever SRG competition you're going to compete in next?
It just feels good. It's a lot of fun. Really, honestly, the only reason I won probably is because Max had a little spin there. He had probably a little more pace than I did. In the race itself. But he's been super respectful as always. So it was a lot of fun on the track with him.
I would reckon to give yourself a little bit more credit there. You got pole position by 4/10. You had the pace in the race, and you were able to crawl back that battle for first when you had been passed a lap before. So give yourself some credit, David.
Okay.
All right, good on you. But that battling with Max, especially in the first part of this race, it was pretty intense. I know through turn 4, Adelaide, you definitely kept the inside line, kind of gave him that outside space. But funnily enough, it looked like that inside line was what got him at the end and kind of gave you P1.
Yeah, he just wasn't used to being on that part of the track, because he was way inside, and I think maybe just the grip was much different there without the rubber, and that's probably what caught him out. That's my guess, anyways.
Well, David, race winner 3 times this season. I'm going to give you a moment to give shout-outs to who you'd like to shout out, who you'd like to thank for this season's performance.
Well, I'd like to give a shout out, as I always do, for my wife. I think she's watching right now, which is awesome. She supports this. My mom, who also watches, she's been going through some stuff, and so it's great that she supports her son and watches these races. And also, of course, to SRG and to you guys as well. We make it, guys all make it fun.
Well, that is much appreciated, David. Hello to your family as well from the Slow Motion Broadcasting Network. It's been a blast covering you this season. Hopefully, we'll see you very soon.
Yeah, thank you.
David Borden, race winner in the final race of the year. Charles, I think you've got Max Linlato. No, Max Linlato is not with us. I looked at second. I'm like, who finished in second? And
David Hirsch.
It was the Hirsch truck for you.
It was the Hirsch truck. So let's bring David in. David, that finished second, as opposed to David we just had that finished first. Hey, congratulations on second place. Sometimes you have to be good, and sometimes you have to be lucky. And I think you were very good tonight, but you had a little luck involved as well that helped you get on the podium tonight.
Hey, thanks for having me tonight. Yeah, it was a lucky race, and I think that, Max spinning, Nathan spinning really helped me out. I just kind of chose my own pace there and ended up in, good position at the end. I was happy about it.
Yeah, absolutely. As well you should be. So talk about the track itself. Obviously, we talked about this during the broadcast that not necessarily the most widely used track. I think it had a little traction early, but it's kind of died off a little bit. So how much time did you put into practice for the event tonight?
For tonight, I was only able to practice a few nights here, which is pretty par for the course. I've done a few races in GT4 here in the wet, and that was a whole different experience. But, in these cars with a little bit of downforce, it's such a fun flowing track, really fast, and kind of catches you off guard if you have any sort of, if your car isn't very balanced. So very easy to go off, very easy to take a curb too hard or spin off or bottom out. But yeah, kind of put it together today. Felt good.
Yeah, absolutely. As also, this is, with getting a podium here in the last race, it gives you some good momentum going into the next season, which I'm sure you're looking forward to.
Absolutely, I am. Yeah, this season was super fun. It's my second season in SRG, and while the first one, I think I was fighting a little bit higher up near the top this season, and this team I'm racing with here, they're so competitive, and the margins are so small. So really happy for every podium that I was able to achieve this season, and honestly learned a ton, especially because we started the season with rain races. So yeah, learned a lot, had a lot of fun, and made a lot of new friends here at SRG.
There you go. That's as much to do with it as anything else. So David, congratulations. We'll give you a chance to give any thanks that you want to before we let you go and celebrate your podium tonight.
First, I want to thank you guys at SMB. You guys put it together every week, not just for this series, but for so many across the board, and it's just a pleasure to watch. And to my partner, Win, who just supports me in this endeavor and all my other endeavors as well. And just thankful for her in my life. So, yep. Thanks, guys.
There you go. So thank you, David, and congratulations once again.
Thanks.
All right. That's David Hirsch in second place. And why don't we talk to one more driver, a final podium finisher here in Jacob Guyton. And Jacob, a solid race from you. You gained a ton of spots over the course of this one. 8 gained positions. Just take us through that. That was a wild ride for you to get up into the podium.
Yeah, it was a really fun race. I had some technical issues and didn't get to get the car out on the track for qualifying until like the last 5 minutes or so. So I put down a lap and sent it. But luckily I was able to gain a few positions off the start and just endurance mindseted myself the way through and survived and ended up where I was. It felt good.
It was a really solid season for you. I know there were some highs, some really fantastic highs, some lows throughout the middling portions here. You didn't make the start in a recent race. Do you feel like you left any on the table, or do you feel like this just sets you up for another season where you're going to come in and you're going to be one of the top dogs back in the series?
I'm hoping both, actually. I missed a few starts here or there. Had some, personal things to do, but I had some bad races that my mind was just not in the right place, and I think I've gotten everything kind of figured up in the attic that I'm ready to go into next season and really compete and maybe get to see my name up at the top of the leaderboard and have some good racing and put on a good show. And yeah, I'm ready. I'm already ready for next season. I'm waiting to start practicing.
Heck yeah, we love to hear that. It's going to be fun to see where you end up. I think you've gotten sixth place in the championship locked up. An outside chance of getting fifth. I don't know if you have enough points to pass Jose Navas. You may have gotten some bonus points from Hard Charger Award, but Navas also got some points from his race finish. Nonetheless, sixth place, I think, should be yours. So congrats on that if that is the case. If not, I'm a dirty liar.
No, it's all good. If there's anyone I would rather lose to, it would be Jose. He deserves anything. He's been in this a while, and he's such a good racer. So he deserves to. If I'm sixth, he deserves to get fifth. Like, absolutely. Especially with he's got his whole family going on right now. Yeah.
All right, Jacob. Well, I'm going to give you the floor. Give us your shout outs and who you'd like to thank for this season's performance.
As usual, shout out to my family and any friends that are watching the races. Shout out to those in SRG who have helped me personally this season. Went through a little bit of a wave this season, and just who you are if we talked. Shout out to all of those. We're actually starting a real life endurance project. We've got a 1992 Honda Prelude that we're actually starting to build for like Lemons and Lucky Dog. Shout out to everyone who's interested in that project, who's invested, who's come out and helped and worked on the car. It should be a really, really good time. Just the whole SRG crew is so awesome, and shout out to you guys as always for giving us a place to show off our fantastic racing.
A lot of people always say shout out to you guys, and I'm like, we're just saying give us a shout out for our own applause. Sometimes it feels like. Jacob,
you should not feel that way, because really, from the bottom, at least from my heart, and I hope I speak for everyone else, like, just thank you guys for putting our group on and showing us off and letting people watch us. Like, that's just so cool.
Hey man, you guys put on the show. We feel lucky to just be able to talk about it. But yeah, Jacob, congratulations again on the podium finish, and best of luck in that real life endurance project. Thank you so much, you guys. You all have a good night. All right, Jacob Guyton. We do have one more driver in the interview area, and in the spirit of it being the last race of the season, Charles, would you like to talk to Nathan Perkins, our fourth place finisher? Let's bring Nathan in here. Let's have a chat with him. Nathan, congratulations on a P4. Obviously, just a step off the podium, but a good race by you tonight, and kept it up to the front most of the night. So, talk about it from your perspective.
Yeah, from my perspective, I had some really good pace on this track. I don't know where it came from. I got a few hours of practice yesterday, but I put some times in that were near the top or near the podium. And so I'm pretty bad off the line, but I had good pace with these guys. There were just a few times that I had a little slip. The turn got a little spicy on me, and I was losing my time there. But it seemed like I was gaining time back when I had smooth laps. So There was a lot of following David Hirsch. There was following Sarab and Jacob. And, those are some really clean racers. I'm really glad to have, Jacob's, help learning how to race. So.
Yeah, so let's talk about the track itself. What's the I guess what's kind of the difficult part about this track? Is it managing some of those sweeping corners, or is it managing the brakes or the rear tires, or a combination of everything?
There's mostly two places where I was having trouble. So there's the turn 9, which is the 180 degree decreasing radius turn in the mid course, and from my perspective, you have to be on the limit through the whole turn to do it well, but your tires it's long enough corner that your tires seem to get hot. Your tires are already hot from trying to be flat out in 7 and 8 in the chicane, and if you don't do it, if your tires are not ready for it, you just you lose it, and you go wide or you spin out. So there were a few spins that I was able to catch there. But that was probably the turn where I had the most trouble keeping it consistent. Then I had a spin in I had a spin in 15, which lost me 4th place, brought me down to 6th place. So that was another place where it was just if you come in too hot and you don't have the rotation you wanted, then you're gonna have to pull it in too tight.
Yeah, definitely. I think we saw not just you, but I think we had other drivers with issues in 15. So Nathan, once again, a good result to cap off the season and give you some good momentum to add to that in the next season coming up.
Yeah, it's my best result so far. This is my first season, so most of my results in the beginning were around 14, 11, 8. But I'm kind of trending upward, I think. I got a 6 and I got a 4 here. So hopefully this was my learning season. And then next season, I'm hoping to do more consistent.
There you go.
More consistently, Nathan, near the top.
Yeah. Nathan, congratulations on your P4 tonight.
Thank you.
We'll give you a chance to give any thanks or shout outs before we let you go.
Yeah, I'll always shout out to my girlfriend who I love and shows me all the support in doing this. Shout out to all the guys, especially the people doing the endurance team, both in iRacing and meeting up to build the car out. That's been a lot of fun. So this has just been a great community to be a part of. And shout out to the slow motion broadcasting. You guys do such a phenomenal job, and it feels like so much more real when you get to watch your friends for the F3 race, and some people are watching for the F4 race. So I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you for the kind words, and we look forward to seeing some more top 5s out of you next season. So congratulations, Nathan. We'll see you down the road.
Thank you.
All right, so that's it. That's a wrap on SRG F3 action. Now, there are more things, of course, coming up on slow motion broadcasting all throughout the year, all throughout each season of your racing life. Of course, tomorrow we've got some SRG F3 action, and that's going to end that season with a championship also quite considerably wrapped up there. That's going to happen at Phillip Island. We've got some weekend warriors in Formula V machines going at it on Saturday at Brands Hatch. Lime Rock Park will host some FF1600s at Lime Rock. Wait a second, I said Lime Rock will host at Lime Rock. Of course it will. That will happen on Sunday, along with Lebanon Spec Racer Fords and XSLR Cross Series League Racing Spa on Sunday. We've got a lot of action all throughout the week. The Grand Prix Tour will be at Road America on Monday, March 9th. Liberty Bell League will be at Oldton Park on Sunday, March 15th. And the American Muscle Series at Road America on Tuesday, March 17th. You can't forget, though, the Grand Prix Tour is all exciting. It's a one-off crown jewel at Road America that Monday, March 9th, 8 p.m. race, that broadcast. We will be covering that one, and the season ender will be May 18th at Suzuka. Well, this was a blast. All at Magny-Cours. 12 races. It's all a wrap here on Slow Motion Broadcasting. Max Linlato is your champion here, and he did it with a ton of victories, dominating a large portion of the series. For myself, Dylan Coyle, along with Charles Bushell and Ron Maunz in the production booth, we'd like to wish you all a pleasant good evening, good night, and good racing.